This topic is going to burn some people up, but it'll be alright. Okay, because we're in the age of Aquarius now. It's time for y'all to start thinking freely and stop following blindly. You gotta utilize your own mind and also your own voice. Like, this is just one of those times, okay? So, in all of my years of my observation, sitting where I'm sitting at, there are three things that you do not do here in this lifetime. One of them is you do not love people. And the way that I mean this is this: everybody has a different definition of love. Hell, even the person that made the word has a different definition. Who knows? Who knows what that person actually meant and how they were feeling to create the word love? Have anybody ever tried to figure out what the definition actually was? Have you taken the time to figure out who made the word, where it derived from? Are has anybody ever done it? Or do we just keep regurgitating things and trying to be the sum of a word? Okay? I can fact check it more for you guys. You have had a relationship with somebody to where you were feeling like you were loving somebody to the best of your ability, and they took your little love and they threw it right out the door. Because guess what? That's not how love sits within them. Okay? So, one, like I said, you do not love people in this lifetime because it is too vast of a word. It is the should I say, the definition, okay? And how people flip flop with that word back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, about the word. And I'm quite frankly tired of the shit. So, two, you do not connect with anybody in this lifetime. There is no such thing as connection. I don't give a damn what spiritualist, what tarot reader, what guru is talking to you. There is no such thing as connection. There is no such thing as connection with someone, because the minute that you start connecting with someone is the minute that you think that you have ownership of somebody's life and what they think, what they say, how they feel about you. They are no longer an individual. How do you become one in a connection? Oh, now we're one. If you're connecting to somebody, right? The definition as an inanimate object, you pick up a phone and you call someone, right? And then you have all of this electricity, and you have the light poles and the not light poles, what am I trying to say? You have the what is this connection point? I forgot what it's called. The satellites and all of that stuff, and it beams back down, and it goes all through, and it goes all through, and then you're able to reach somebody, right? That's a connection point. But when it comes down to connecting with somebody on a physical level, how take me to connecting. Take me to connecting. And I'm not talking about, energy and all of that type of stuff, because your energy, you can absorb other people's energy, but where's the connection point of the energy? You have your own toward field, they have their own toward field. You have your own frequency, they have their own frequency. You two will never connect in that way other than plugging the lower root chakra. Okay? That's a connection point too, as well. What I'm trying to say is that you don't connect to people because you then want ownership of that person, and then you're not able to experience the true form of what the relationship could be, because it is turned into something totally different. Now we are one. So now we have to be the same person. We can't be individuals and just be individuals in a relationship or where we currently are, right? So, in all of my observation now, I'm telling you, I've had plenty of people that I have come in contact with. I used to call people associates because I understood, me being a water sign, I understand my Mercury is in Scorpio and also my sun is in Scorpio. So therefore, let me tell you, it's not me being a good judge of character, but I have observed fully. I have observed people fully. I have had great conversations. I have had conversations to how I just conversate on people's levels. Okay? So the third thing you don't never do is like somebody in this world. The reason why you don't like any damn thing or anyone is because the minute that you like something is the minute that you try to turn that thing into something digestible for you. When you like something, right? I'm going to use the flower analogy. Okay, so you like a flower and you leave it because you are not the primary source of that flower. You cannot give that flower life. You cannot sustain that flower once you pick it. So what you have to do is just admire it in its natural habitat, correct? Because you are not the sole giver or solar giver of that flower. So what you don't do is pick it. You don't pick it. All right. So you don't like people in this world because you want to start picking. You want to start picking at this person and making them the person that you want them to be. And they're never going to be the person that you want them to be because they are who they are. All right? You don't even try to make this person or try to see the things that, you know, that would enhance another person. But then you don't even do that either. You don't go to someone and say, hey, I feel like you would be better if you would do this or you would do that. You can say, well, have you ever thought about this approach or that approach? But no. When we start liking people, guess what we start doing? We start telling them how they should be a better person or how they could be a better person. It's not even for them, really, it's for you. Like I said, you want them to be more digestible for you. You want them to be made for you because you like them. Or if you like them, then you would leave them alone. Simply put. But what you do in this world is be present with someone. Presence is all there is. Everything else is a fucking lie. All there is presence. When you're present with someone, you're able to observe that person in all of their totality. You are not trying to change this person. You are not trying to itemize them. You are not trying to categorize them. You're simply present with that person. And when you're present with people, then guess what? You have the full experience of someone because you are not trying to strain them. You are not trying to make them or mold them into something that you want them to be. You are not in your mind in another world 6 years from now thinking about them in a house on the hills. You're not in the car with them when you're in the present moment with them and you're driving down the street thinking about all the conversations that you can have and, laughing. And you're not in some, you know, uh, another dimension with someone when you're present. You're just simply present. You're just simply present. And that's all there is in this life. Like I said, is presence. Everything is just a presence. You know, the word that we're all looking for to utilize is presence. When you love somebody, that means that you're present because your heart can feel the presence of them. Truly, your heart is always present. hmm When you're connecting with someone, you feel their presence. When you like somebody, you feel their presence. That is the actual embodiment that we all are experiencing. Presence. That is it. We're present. And I'm going to keep saying that word because, you know, there is no other word. There is no other feeling other than that. That's all. That's all, you know, love, like, and connection wants to be the word presence. But we utilize words in this lifetime. And as human beings, we utilize words and we don't even know the embodiment of it. We don't. And a lot of people will never, ever truly get a dictionary out and, you know, try to find the definition, or they won't never embody it either. They won't. They will not. I'm telling you, they won't. And you're going to be sitting there trying to um, get this person to experience what you're experiencing because you're present. That's the word that you're looking for. When you feel like somebody is not showing you the same level of presence, right? You can say, I love them so much. I did X, Y, and Z because I love them. I really did it because I absolutely loved them and I felt like I connected with them so much. Well, this is three different things. I'm going to utilize these three different words, right? I love them so much. I loved it. They couldn't return it. They didn't return it back. They couldn't love me the same way. They didn't show up. That's because you were giving them presents, right? Disguised as love. Because when you're present with somebody, right, you're able to see certain things. As I was saying, when you're present, you know, you were present with that person. When you're present, you're able to get in those areas to where a person, you know, is not seen or they may not feel felt. And what they in turn do, since it is a foreign experience for them and they're not present with you, they can't give you back that, so they run. You understand? Okay? So now, let me go ahead to connection. You could be like, I felt like we were just connecting, like we had the same taste, or we loved the same music, we this and we that and blah blah blah. Just because they may have had a similar moment with you does not mean that you guys were guaranteed to have anything further. Okay? It was never going to be anything further. So now we're going to move to like. You can say, I like them so much, and I thought that they liked me too because they complimented me and we complimented one another, or because they did X, Y, and Z. Just because they gave you something or they complimented you or you had this moment of likable interest doesn't mean that they actually did like you. A lot of people don't like people. They do things because they're bored. Some people just do certain things because they want to do it. Other times, people do shit just to see how far they can go with someone. But when you remain present with people, you can rule all that shit out because when they leave, guess what happens? All of who they are leave too. You're not holding on to anything but other than the encounter. You're not even holding on to that because that's a memory that you have. You were present. Okay, you experienced it and you move on. You're not attached to a connection. You're not pining for a compliment from them. You see? You are not longing for them to return love back to you. You're just simply in the present moment. And as I said before, when they leave, they leave. They leave. You can think back and say, they were funny, or I enjoyed. It's about the enjoyment. When you're present, you enjoy. You observe and you enjoy. That's what you do. Enjoy. I enjoyed their company. Now it's time to go. Or they're gone now. You are not sitting there giving more than what you are receiving with the present moment. You're just simply present. I hope this can help somebody because I really do come from there. I come from a place of just observation. I come from a place of just, you know, just giving you guys my experience of things. And as I said, this is just my observation. And um, I've observed a lot of people in my life. And I've had, you know, kind of great relationships. There's nobody in my life that would not ever talk to me again, you know? But that is a choice that you have when you're present too, because you can say, you could be fully in someone's company and be present with them, and you can say, well, I don't like how they think, and that's just my preference. I don't like how this person makes me feel, and that's just my energy. Okay? There is nothing that this person can take from you because you're just not giving anything other than you just being present. So if you don't want to deal with this person again, guess what? You don't have anything that you have to get back at all. And you can continue to do this because that is all you're really doing anyway. When you cancel out all those other words and you are present with yourself on an everyday basis, then you can be this way with everybody. It's just simple as that. You can be this way with everybody. It's not hard at all. I'm present with myself every single day. You're present with yourself too. All of those freaking thoughts that keep just blowing up in your head constantly on repeat, and you're trying to figure out a way to get rid of them. So what you do is micromanage somebody else's life, or you start um, becoming a fanatic about love, or oh, my life would just be better if someone else, if I had this or if I had that. That is called presence. You're being present with yourself. You are present with yourself. You are very aware of what the hell is going on. But what you in turn do is try to latch on to somebody else instead of dealing with the issues on your own. Okay? Do you see where I'm headed with this, you guys? Anyway, like I said, I hope this helps. All right, guys. Bye.